How's it going, everybody? My name is Jim Shear.
I'm Mike Adam.
And welcome to Give Me 5. Today we are going to take a trip back in time because our category is Greatest Things About the CD Era. Mike, give me 5. It was a glorious time.
It was. And at my number 5 spot, I feel like nothing said, I trust you and I love you, like letting somebody borrow your CD. So that would be my number 5. I don't think people have that anymore. Like if I'm giving you my playlist. If I'm giving you my CD, like that means Jim is like, I love Jim and trust him dearly. So
and there's a hipster saying, well, I could send you a playlist on Spotify. So it's the same thing. It's not the same thing.
It isn't. At the number 4 spot, I think there's a sense of having a collection. Kind of like, Beanie Babies or books or whatever it may be. Exactly. You feel like you have a collection, and I think that was lost after CDs, started to disappear. At the number 4 spot, at the number 3 spot, waiting in line on CD day when a new CD was
or a
being
midnight release.
Yes. You would have all people in line, and what was cool is you immediately knew they were fans of the same thing as you, so you made like random friends and like the excitement, and it was just really cool. You would talk to people at school, be like, oh, are you going after school or the following day or whatever?
I just got goosebumps. That was good. That was a good one.
And I think we're gonna probably see eye to eye on these two. At the number 2 spot, the artwork. I just think, now you get that little icon and you can't even, the artwork is awesome. It's such a big part of, me growing up and
you can't leaf through it anymore.
Well, that's my number 1, the booklet. The thank you specifically, I used to love after I looked at the artwork before I went through all the credits and stuff, see who wrote what and produced what. I would skip over to the thank yous and just see who these rappers were bigging up or who, the different band members were. Because I think that it gives you a glimpse into their lives, like their person, like, wow, he thanks so-and-so or she thanks so-and-so. So that's my 5.
It's wild you said that because I don't remember the last time I've read liner notes.
No.
And I would do that every time I got a CD.
Yeah.
So number 5 for me, clarity. And I know some audiophiles are laughing at me right now, but coming out of the cassette era, there was a lot of hisses and you really couldn't hear certain things. When I heard a CD for the first time, it was so clean. I could hear things that I hadn't heard before on tapes.
Yep.
So I appreciated the clarity of a CD. I know it's not vinyl, but I like the cleanness of my CDs. Number 4, artwork. So I've got some visual aids today. Yes. So in the album era, you had this. Yeah. In the cassette era, you had this. And then in the CD era, you had this. It was a happy medium.
Yes.
And then I also liked how there was added artwork because you would put artwork on the CD, and then you had extra artwork on the inner case here.
Awesome.
So more artwork, more fun.
Yeah.
Number 3, the CD celebrated the album. And I think it's the last format to do so because you couldn't buy songs a la carte in the CD era. Yeah. So that encouraged artists to make one body of work. Yeah. And you don't have that anymore in the digital era.
Very true.
And the album, you also had an hour and 20 minutes. So there were constraints. I mean, you could put out a double album or a triple album, but you couldn't put out a 7-hour playlist, which you can do now. So you had to make an album and you had to make it within an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah. Number 2, shuffle. Whew. Talk about the album. After you listen to the album on CD, you could hit the shuffle button and listen to the album and its songs in a whole new context.
Yes.
And you couldn't do that in the cassette era. Well, you could, but it would take you a long time. And then the greatest thing about the CD era, the CD wallet. So more visual aids. Before the CD era, you went on a road trip like this, and then when the CD era came, you could go on a road trip like this. Now I know the iPod Shuffle crushes this, but back in the day, this was awesome. There you go.
Wow. All right. Well, I feel like you and I could talk about this for a
Yeah.
very long time. So we want you to weigh in on this. You could comment below. Hit us up on Twitter at Give Me 5 Show, and we will talk to you next week.